In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Wubblous world of Dr. Seuss, talking a little bit about the show's history, but most importantly, discovering where those puppets are today. Let's talk about it. So before we start this video, I just want to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of you for suggesting today's video topic. I know this has been a long time coming, and a lot of you wanted me to talk about this show and discuss it, but again, the most important part of these videos is to find out where those puppets are, and after being able to get in touch with a reliable source who worked on this show, I was able to confirm the whereabouts of these puppets. But of course, you have to wait toward the end of the video to find that out. The Wubblous World of Dr. Seuss premiered on Nickelodeon on October 13th, 1996, and a revamped second season premiered on March 9th, 1998. The show features puppet versions of the classic Dr. Seuss characters. The series also reran on former California PBS affiliate KCET. Dr. Seuss's real name was
Theodore Geisel.
Doesn't really have the same ring to it as Dr. Seuss. The series came about when Dr. Seuss Enterprises, the company handling Geisel's estate and legacy, began looking into creating a television series based on the Seuss books. Michael Frith, who previously worked on several Seuss books, acted as a middleman between the Jim Henson Company and the Seuss folks. A short pitch reel was created featuring a puppet version of Thidwick the Big-Hearted Moose. Afterwards, the two companies collaborated on another pitch reel for Nickelodeon, which featured the Cat in the Hat, which was performed by well-known Sesame Street puppeteer Martin P. Robinson. The first season was shot at Jim Henson's Carriage House in New York City. The entire first season was shot in front of blue and green screens and used mainly computer-generated backgrounds. The series was unique in that the CG backgrounds were animated in real time. The show's puppets teach children about friendship, imagination, and so much more. The Wubblous World of Dr. Seuss ran for 2 seasons and had over 40 episodes. Both seasons of the show are completely different from the first season to the second season. The first season kind of followed this format. It's based around one plot point started by either the cat or another character introducing the topic of the show, and then you see characters make brief appearances in and out, explaining, adding to the plot, either being the good guy or the bad guy of the story. Kids would have to tune in each week to see a brandly new episode that was different from last week's, teaching kids a very important lesson and stuff like that.
We were doing a show that the 8-year-olds were enjoying.
Yeah.
And we went to do a focus group. Kids all loved the show. And then the moderator asked, would you tell your friends to watch it? And they all said no. Why? Because this is for little kids.
Yeah.
And these are 7 and 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
And I think they realized that it was going to be mostly a show for Nick Jr.
Yeah, because then when season 2 rolled around, we got all new showrunners, we got all new writers.
And that's when it became essentially
it became a Nick Jr. show.
Wubulous world has been fully reflounced.
We've changed it. It's different.
It's new. We've spiffed it all up for Nick Jr. and you.
The second season, in the Playhouse lived Cat in the Hat, the other little cats, and Terrence McBird. Terrence was a new character that only appeared in the second season of the Wubblous World. He was a friend to Cat, but he would frequently complain and gripe about disliking things. He would also be entered into the plot of some episodes. In the episode, The Sounds All Around, the Cat's Playhouse, Terrence has a nasty case of the hiccups. Throughout the episodes, they actually listen in to different sounds and teach kids about how to hear what they think certain sounds mean, while also trying to help Terrence and get rid of his hiccups. Of course, Cat would look through the Wubbloscope to help them find the answer that would take you through this weird Alice in Wonderland type tunnel that was all CG. You would arrive to a story that would relate back on helping them hear certain sounds and take care of McBird's hiccups. All of the second season episodes were based around this premise. Personally, I feel like it flowed more than the first season. The cast for Wubblous World was also amazing. For season 1, the Cat in the Hat was puppeteered by Bruce Lanoil, and on season 2, the cat was performed and puppeteered by Martin P. Robinson. The show had featured a ton of Muppet and Sesame Street performers like Anthony Asbury, Don Kennedy, Catherine Mullen, Stephanie DeBruzzo, Leslie Carr Rudolph. Of course, some of these puppeteers and performers were featured only on season 1. Several were featured on both seasons 1 and 2, and some were just featured on season 2 of the show. Now to answer the main question about where are those puppets today. According to Stephanie DeBruzzo,
if anybody has ever seen the live puppet improv show Puppet Up, or Stuffed and Unstrung as it was called for a while, a lot of Seuss puppets are used as those puppets because they basically use puppets that weren't being used for anything else. And because the Seuss puppets were so unique in their shape, they couldn't do double duty on anything else. So
And then-
I've seen Seuss Snoo. I saw Seuss Snoo's head.
A huge shout out and thank you to AKG Animations. I remember seeing a couple of the puppets from Dr. Seuss in the documentary being Elmo, A Puppeteer's Journey. I don't know exactly where it was, but I at least saw the Grinch puppet on the shelf in some kind of workshop. It's somewhere towards the end of the film, on a shelf in the background. I think there was also a Horton Elephant puppet there too. I personally remember watching Being Elmo when it came out, and for some reason, my eyes were not paying attention, and I should have paid attention to the background. Of course, currently now trying to go back and watch it. Fortunately, I don't see it available to watch. And I have Netflix and other streaming services, and it's not offered on any of those platforms. While researching for this video and looking up photos and things like that, I found a photo with Kevin Clash and Ty Bennett. You can actually see to the left, in a blurry formatted way, there's the puppet version of Horton the Elephant. And if you move slightly to the right, you'll see a Red Fox character. But that was then, and what about now? So I decided to reach out to well-known puppeteer, actor, and performer John Tartaglia of Avenue Q and Johnny and the Sprite's popularity, and just ask him if he knew the whereabouts of these puppets. He responded and said, "Hey, I think all the WUBBULOUS World puppets are in the New York City Henson Creature Shop. I actually did work on the first season." Unknown to me, I didn't know that John actually got to work on the WUBBULOUS show. So I'm so happy to hear that a few of the characters survived. They're being well kept in no better place than the Henson Creature Shop. Comment below letting me know what was your favorite Seuss book to read. Thank you so much for watching again, and if you enjoyed this puppet related video, please do me a favor and go check out the next puppet related video on the screen. I think you'll enjoy it, and I'll see you over there.